Hi, Tammy Louise, TLC Designs. I hope everyone is doing well. We do lives every week on Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time at 8 o'clock p.m. And we just kind of play around with some of the dies that are available. And we just released a few new stamp sets as well. So I'm going to try and make sure that for the next month or two, we use some of those new stamps so that everybody gets a chance to watch them in action. And I want to say hello to everyone that might be new. We are on YouTube. We're streaming YouTube as well as the TLC Designs Creative Sharing Group in Facebook and the TLC Designs Facebook page. That's where the store information is. If you haven't registered there yet, you could go to the store at www.tlcdesigns.shop. James, if you could run a banner across the bottom with the address to the shop, you can subscribe there. There are several freebies available currently, and we continue to add to the digital design paper section. We have a few new dies coming in really soon. And you'll get updated information on all the new releases if you've been subscribed to the TLC Designs store online. So that is what's going on. Welcome anyone that's new. I'd love to hear where you're joining us from. If you want to leave us a message, and there is going to be a drawing tonight. Some lucky winner will win something that I use, some sort of product that I use in today's project. But you have to stay present all the way to the end of the program and the live stream, and then we'll draw a number. And my husband picks a name. My husband is Jim over here. He is my tech guy, so it's always really fun. We kind of almost considered like date night. We never do anything together other than this streaming, so it's kind of fun. I'm I watched I'm trying to remember who it was. Jennifer McGuire actually did a YouTube video with this particular interactive card, and I thought, how fun would that be with some of the little things moving, and you don't need any special dies. We are going to incorporate, I think there's 5 different die sets. With the TLC Designs, you get not only the shaped actual die itself, but a bunch of little things inside there, little embellishment dies, suns and clouds, bugs, flowers, things like that come with each individual frame. So you're building your entire collection, and you can do it slowly, but they all are sized appropriately to work together perfectly. So that's the funnest thing about TLC Designs. So I am going to have my husband put the camera down toward the project on the table, and we're going to get started. Okay, I want to say hello to some of the people that I'm meeting here online. Hi, Vicki and Kathy. Hello, hello. Wonderful to have you. And Miss Amy, Dawn, you guys are great. I didn't know you were in Canada, Dawn, did I? I probably did. I just forget. It is the 15th of April, and it's cold here. We heard the word SNOW in the broadcast the other day, and it scared me. So we're cold, but it's sunny, so we're looking forward to, and the grass is coming up, and the trees are blooming here in Michigan, New Brunswick, Canada. Kathy, hi, Kathy. Hi, oh, it's so nice to have all of you here with me. Hi, Mandy. North Carolina with her granddaughter today. Great. I think that's wonderful. Thank you. Nice to have all of you ladies with us. Kathy's getting snow right now too, James. It's cold. Yeah. So,
we were supposed to get snow, but never did.
You're going to keep an eye on what's going on YouTube and the other Facebook page as well. And I will try and answer any of the questions that you might have for this project. So let's get started. Okay, so as I was doing my craft room, I ran across a few things. This is the tulip beads in a bottle, and it matched the design paper perfectly. Oh, let me talk about the design paper too. I can't wait to tell everyone the story of this. So I work with my iPad, and there's a program called Procreate. And I've been watching a few different people that are experts at Procreate, and they're designing their own things. And one of the women that I was watching does watercolor with her own brushes. She creates her own brushes, and I fell in love with the way that it looked on a butterfly that she did, and I thought I would give it a go. So I drew some daisies, and then I colored the daisies, and then I decided to make them a little transparent and layer them, and that's how I came up with this design paper. And this is going to be in the store and available very soon, but it's going to have at least 4 or 5 other really springy, summery, blossomy, watercolored flower arrangement papers with it. So it's not a complete set yet, but I really loved it so much that I had to work with it today. So that's what we're working with today. It's not available yet, ladies, but you could win a sheet of this. Hang out to the end, and we'll see what happens. So this is the Slimline card in particular, but you could make this project with any size cards you want. You could do a 6x6. You could do the A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The only thing that you need to remember when you're designing this card, make the height whatever you'd like, and the finished project width-wise has to have an additional 2 inches of cardstock. So you're going to put 1 additional inch on the right and 1 additional inch on the left. And I'll show you what this card really looks like on the inside. Kind of like a little sandwich. Isn't that cute? It's so sweet. And you can make it with shaped dies. It doesn't have to be straight lined or anything like that. And it fits perfectly in whatever envelope the project came with. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Yes, it will be digital. James, are you watching for questions, son?
I'm trying to do multiple things at one time here.
Oh, she says I make the best cards ever. See, you guys are really good for my ego. No, I love doing it, and I don't get to do it very often. But when I do, I really I over embellish, I think. But to each his own. We all prefer what we like. Anyway, look how fun this is. And there's a little guy in here. You can see him as I move him. Look, he's moving with it. I'll show you how all this is done. It's super, super easy and really fun. Let's just talk about some of the other products. This is the design paper I've already discussed with you ladies. I ordered, like I said before, I think a week or 2 ago, Mesh Decor Crafts is an Etsy store. And it doesn't say where they're at right here on this sheet of paper, and I don't recall, but you could look that up on Etsy. James, could you put a banner across the bottom of the page that says Mesh Decor Crafts, all one word? MESH, Decor, DECOR, Crafts. Anyway, I got a huge bundle of them ordered, and I thought, because the paper is so mellow and watery colored and things like that, but I didn't want anything solid. And this stuff is awesome. When you bend it, like say you cut a flower with it or whatever it is that you cut with it, you roll it or you turn it or you twist it or do anything you want with it, and it stays. Mesh Decor Crafts, did I say? Yes, Mesh Decor Crafts, perfect. That's what you would look up, ladies, on Etsy if you were interested in this product. Hi, Brian. Nice to meet you. So anyway, I was talking about this particular project as I was trying to keep up with the emails or the text messages too. So anything that you bend this in, can you imagine like a poinsettia? You could put it up like this or build a wreath with this into flowers. Look how it stays. Now, it's not waterproof, so you don't want to take it and do anything with it outside, but it's super, super fun. And it's a new product, and who doesn't like to try something new, right? So today's project also works with some of this transparency paper. All you need to do is just cut a strip, and I'll show you It's a 1/2 inch wide, and it doesn't matter how long you make it because you're going to cut it off
Andre
at the
says-
end. Who?
Andre says good evening.
Hi, Andre.
YouTube.
Is it Andrea or Andre?
Andre, A-N-D-R-E.
Nice to meet you. Nice to have you along with us. We're making a slimline interactive project today, so it should be fun. If any of you don't have any experience with the TLC designs, you could put the store address across the bottom again, James. If we have new people here, they might be interested in subscribing.
The store?
Yes, www.tlcdesigns.shop. You got it. Awesome. So we're working with the brand new Alicorn Happiness set. It's 4x8. It's got 22 stands. These are the sweetest little alicorns. And an alicorn, by the way, is a unicorn, half unicorn and half Pegasus. So we got the wings, we got the horn, we got the cuteness, we got the eyelashes, we got everything in here. Plus a few little extra bits and bobs, and then some sentiments as well. I'm sorry?
MJ says hi.
Hi.
On YouTube.
Nice to have you with us. So we're going to work with that. And then, as I said previously when I first started the video tonight, a lot of what goes on at TLC Designs is you get the frames, but you get a lot of little bits and bobs, extra embellishment dies. And if you take a peek in the selection, you'll see some of them are smaller. Some of them are round, rectangular. You're going to get ovals. You're going to get all of your basic shapes, but they are delicately embellished. And you get bits and bobs. So you get this Aztec Sunshine is a 9-piece die set with clouds and birds and sun. You get a little bit of an inside die cut as well. We're going to work with the land and seas dies. We're going to use the grass today. This is an awesome set. These little mushrooms are just to die for. And I've said before, I can show you real quick. This is 2 for the price of 1, basically. When you cut that die in the center, you're going to get 2 different grass scenes. So that's a really nice die, and they're going super fast too. So if you have any interest in landscape scenes on your project, this is a great die set for that. We have water and just regular sand, land, and the mushrooms. And you get little baby mushrooms too. I love these. You pop them up on the top of those. And then we're going to use just these flowers from the oval lily frame. So you don't have to use the entire die set, but they coordinate because they're all sized to coordinate and work together. That's one of the best things about the TLC Designs dies. So.
Kathy just received this die yesterday.
Oh, awesome. I want to see what you make with it, Kathy. That reminds me to mention that the TLC Designs Creative Sharing Group is for any projects that you all make with TLC Designs product. We want to see what you're making. We want to try something new. We want to, give you a little woohoo when it comes to making that project that you felt like you wanted to make. And I hope you enjoy the dice too. I'd love to hear from anyone that has any comments or suggestions on what you haven't seen yet. I know that I don't have any fences. There are some other little dies that I'm going to be working in, but we do have another interactive die coming very soon as well, and another die a die set that has another rose flower in it. So that'll be really fun. That's coming up, and I'd love to hear suggestions on what you ladies would like to work with, because it always helps to know what people are looking for. So, and I'm in charge of what I manufacture, so I can.
Dawn says she has no sound at the moment.
Oh, okay. Take your time, Dawn. Make sure you come and join us any chance you get. They really are. The interactive ones are amazing. They're super fun. So this is the size that I chose to make, 7.5 by, I want the finished product to be 3.5. So I added 1 inch here, 4.5, and 1 inch here, 5.5. All I had to do at that point is score 1/2 inch twice. So you can see how that worked out. You can see how that looks, right? And I used cardstock that I think it's 100 pound. So it's pretty heavy duty. You don't want it to break down. This is a paper project, and when you pull those, you want them to stay together when they're in the envelope, but you want them to pull and really kind of be able to move. So I cut 2 of these, and I scored them exactly the same. You can see nothing spectacularly difficult. Now, these are in the daisy die set, and I use them because they lay in each other and work together. Now, that's not to say that this is limited to TLC. You could use round. You could use any of the dies that you have that have more than one die that build up. Nesting, that's what it's called. I'm sorry, I forgot the word for a minute there. Any of the die sets that you have that nest will work with this project, and it's really super easy. All I did was decided where the window needed to be in the white cardstock. Okay, you can see it matches perfectly. I ran it through and cut that white cardstock out, and I kept, we're going to use that piece as well. This is an awesome label die cut, by the way, because it has a really pretty little inlet faux stitch mark on it. But let me take my glasses out so I can focus and get closer to the project. So all I did was run through and do one die cut all the way through. Okay. So I have a piece of the designer paper in the size of 7.5 by 3.5 because I'm not going to have to put paper on the edges that fold. You could, I mean, there's nothing stopping you if you wanted to finish it off even a little bit more than what I did here. You're more than, capable of just folding that paper on. It is going to make it a little bit more stiff. So make sure that you score it extremely well if you add that extra weight to the scored pieces. So all I did at this point was attached with some washi tape, right here. I just attached the design paper cut to the cardstock, okay? And when I did that, it stayed in place, right? And I put the same die that I used to cut the original hole, I put it back on here. And because these were taped together, and my hand, I better just use the washi tape so I can show you better.
What do they call it? Washi tape?
I don't know. I think somebody came up and said, let's make some decorative tape and we'll call it washi. I wonder, James, you should totally look up washi and see if it means something in a different language. So, I'm serious. I need it. So we're going to tape this on here so I can actually show you what I did. Okay. So I put this here, right? And then all I did was run it through the die cut machine again. And it cut this small hole. I'll show you what came out. This came out, right? And it was in the exact same spot as it needed to be. What?
Washi is translated to Japanese paper.
Washi translates to Japanese paper. See, I had a feeling it meant something. I'm sure somebody didn't just come up with. Isn't that funny? So then, basically, you have the exact same small cut. I'll show you what it looked like when it came out of the die cutting machine.
Well,
it looked like this.
She used paper.
Yeah. It looked like this originally without this extra cutout. Now, once that section is gone, all you have to do is put this back in that hole on this designer paper, right? And then simply place this. You could tape that back on if you needed to. Place this one around it, fit it in, and take this part out. You don't need this anymore. It's just to find your placement of the larger of the two dies, okay? Now remember, you don't have to use a TLC design die, but any kind of nesting dies that you have will work. Run this through again and you get a larger hole. See how fun. That's super easy. Any nesting die that you guys have, circles or rectangles, whatever. So once
comment to Brian. Yes, you're right. It was originally manufactured in Japan.
Okay.
Okay. And Japan, it was Japanese masking tape. And eventually they started calling it washi
and then
tape.
somebody said, well, why don't we make this pretty?
They just started calling it washi
We'll just
tape.
decorate it. I mean, it works for so many things. It's an awesome product, actually. So we have now made the larger hole in the design paper, and we continue to work with the smaller hole that is already been put in the white stock. So that's how that frame occurred on the original product. You can see here. Okay. Kind of looks like maybe I had put a frame around it, but I didn't. So we're going to tape this and adhere it to the front. What's good about this project too, I realized after I got done making the original one so that everybody can see what I design, I end up making 2 of these every week, which is fine because I have a lot of friends that love my cards, so I just send them out. I'm going to have to start sending them with product as well because I have quite the stash going on anymore. So I'm going to attach this. Let me flatten it. There. So much easier so you're not playing around. So you just match up these edges. That didn't match tan.
That's some pretty paper.
You like that paper?
I do.
I like it too. It turned out really good. It was my first watercolor attempt with the Procreate brush that I got from, I can't remember her name now, Lisa Glanz?
Yes.
Lisa Gans?
Glands.
Is it Glanz, G-L-A-N-Z? All right, I'm going to be playing with this forever if I don't focus and concentrate to get this just right. Okay. There. Love it. It's off. It's off center.
Suzanne says your cards are beautiful. I've gotten 2 already made from you.
Oh, really?
But I didn't.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Well, thank you. I like to think that I do cards that are a little bit different than some of the other crafters that I've worked with.
Kathy, please says she would love to receive your cards with her order.
Oh, Kathy, I'll have to hook you up with a card. Do you have any preferred cards? I'm having an issue with getting this straight, James. I'm trying to focus on this and talk with you at the same time, but it just doesn't.
Don't ask me to do it because I can't see a straight line.
I know. That's stigmatism. I'm going to have to. Maybe. No, I didn't do it. I was doing it the right way. I wonder if it's because this is backwards.
You got the right side?
I'm working on it. I don't know. I'm not sure
I mean, right side of the card.
what I've done. I don't know. Let me look. This is one of those things that did not happen the first time I made this project. And I don't want it to seem like it's difficult, but I want it to look pretty. Oh, there. So.
It always works by yourself. It always goes bad live.
Right. So, in effect, what occurred was I forgot you have to flip the score because the way that the die was cut out backwards, it was flipped around when we cut the design paper hole bigger. So it doesn't make any difference. I mean, your score is your score. It doesn't matter which one goes up and which one goes down. But now it's exactly centered. It didn't fit the other way because this was on the wrong side of the die cut when I cut the actual design paper. Anyway, moving on. So then you have the back, right? Yes. And they match perfectly because you scored 1/2 inch twice. What I want to do, and that's what your card's going to look like when you actually use this double-sided tape. So let's get my little container out now. And I'm going to use this up too so that I can get it off my desk. Put the washi tape away. We'll be using that in a minute. Okay, so I have a bunch of this grass. And all I did on the original was decided to put a little bit of grass lower. And also I wanted to share, as I did this, I used peeled paint, Ranger Distress ink, on the grass dye from the Land and Seas set. And then I actually moved this one higher. So we're going to start up here. Let me see how far up. Yeah, you don't want too much of this flower background to show. You want it to look natural. So we're going to use another one. Maybe there. Yeah, like it right there. And then maybe one more.
So Christina made one of his cards last week. And she says, her card was all wonky because I don't measure carefully at all. But it was handmade, so she don't care.
That's right. Then, handmade is exactly the way it was meant to come out in the end. That's just what happens. I'm going to have to use this because I have some of those dots there that are too high now that you can. Where do I want it? Right here. There. So then all I did in order to adjust the grass is snip from the back, following. It would be really easy with a circle or a rectangle if you ladies want to use one of those. And that was all there was to the grass section of the project. Oh, this comes out when you cut both the smaller die with the larger die. This is the frame section that you get from the design paper when you cut this bigger hole.
Vicky wants to know why from the back.
Because my eyes are bad, and if I don't flip it over, I can't see the crease of the, it'd be like trying to find the line of the die from the front is harder than it is from the back for me. I mean, I think that that's just something each individual crafter has to figure out in the end. Yeah, my eyes don't see like they used to. I'm old. But crafty. And that's the fun thing about all of this is this is make it your own, do it your way. This isn't hard set. You have to do it my way or, the highway kind of thing. Some people don't like to use these runners with the dots and other people love them. So I swear by the ones with the dots because a lot of my dies are intricate and you get the little holes in the sections that you want to see, but you don't want that gluey, goopy, stringy tape to be in the middle of the hole. Then you got to use one of your hole picking devices to get all the tape out. So what I decided to do was leave my message on this card on the back, and I thought how cute it would be to be coordinating and just put a frame in the center of the back so that I had a section marked off for my message. So that's where I use that. Now, what else? Okay. This, and let me get rid of the grass. We will use that in a minute. On top of pre-cutting some of the grass and using Distress ink, I used the Aztec Sunshine die set, and I got 2 of the clouds, and I used Stormy Sky. Can you bring that light down a little bit lower, James, please, so that it maybe you could get a little brighter? And you can see I just kind of went really light in some sections. There you go. Thank you. And then darker in others to kind of give it a forecast, a little bit more texture. I used just my domes, which I'm in love with these. These are the best.
Amy says you're not old. If you're old, what's that make me?
You are
Her.
a young lady. I'm old. So you can see I stamped out and pre-colored the unicorn that's looking up, and I used one of the butterflies from the set. He's going to swing back and forth. And then here's the mesh. This was really fun. Ladies, if you get a chance to work with this stuff, I would highly recommend it. It's super fun to work with. But I cut a sunshine. I didn't want a yellow sun on this because the papers are watercolored and you want to kind of stay soft. And then I cut 4 of the flower that comes with, this is a, what is it? Which one has these? The daisy. Look. Oh, oval lily. So I have 2 different sizes in the oval lily, and I used both of those sizes. And what's really fun is that die cut, and it worked perfect on this material too, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. What's really fun is this die has a little portion of the petal that comes upward, which made a really texture friendly project in the end. You'll see what I mean when I get to that portion of it. So I'm going to put him on, and I'm going to use some of my Pop Dots to kind of make him or her, it is blue, but it doesn't mean to be necessarily a boy. Make him kind of stand out. Almost center, but you want to leave a little room for that butterfly coming in and out, and then you want clouds to do work on there too. Okay, so the first cloud is kind of here. Maybe I'm going to switch this out. And I think because I'm a little picky, a little selective, this is really dark and this one has a lot of white. And because we're going on a blue background, I think it's better that the white one is on the bottom. And then when the top one shows up, it'll be over top of this instead of a...
Kathy wants to know how the house is coming along.
Oh, James, do you have that video where the guys put the thing up?
Almost.
Oh, ladies, he's been working really hard. He's going to get that video finished. He had to move, what was it, 8 hours, 6 hours?
4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours of entire video down to 5 minutes. Huh?
4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes. It looked really cool. He showed me it, and it had music in it that I didn't really like. So I made him change that, and I don't know what the problem is now, but we will have that super soon.
Problem is,
any of you that are new and you're not aware of what we're talking about, the craft room here is new. I just moved into this house in January, and we put a craft room in by what's the name of that company? Closets by Design. And I had to move in and organize everything to the point where I could locate what I needed to work with. And the house is coming along really well. The bedrooms we are not even unpacked in the bedrooms, but our furniture is supposed to be coming in May. So we will have somewhere to sit in the living room other than the old recliner chairs from the other house. So it's coming along. It's going to be fun. So I cut one of the sunshines, and like I said, this stuff is awesome. You can bend it and it stays.
Amy's got crap in envy.
Oh, don't. I don't. I don't want anybody to be envious. It's just I've been crafting for close to 15 years now, and I've never had anything like this either. So I understand. So I didn't do this with the first one, but how fun is that? Look, I'm going to show. I wonder how close I can get without it losing focus. I'm going to show how much texture this thing, and it just holds it. Isn't that fun? You can kind of make it anything you want. So I'm going to put this sunshine right here.
Sue likes your rings.
Oh, thank you. This is one of those Pandora ring thingies. where it's not Pandora.
It's not Pandora though.
What's the name of that company? It's underneath here.
Lego?
No, it's not Lego. You can switch the gems out. I think the name of them is on here. This is a petite. But the earrings and the necklace I have are from the same company. Oh, Ginger Snaps. Can you see that? Ginger Snaps. And you can like switch them out. Aren't they fun? We go to what's called Frankenmuth, and it's in Michigan, and it's a German little city. We go there every year, and they have this one shop that I just go hog wild crazy buying Ginger Snap stuff. And you have to buy like 3 or 4 because I have earrings and a necklace and a ring and bracelets that all match. So you have to get the little gemstones, and you can go different colors each year, which I have like too many of. So, but it's fun, life's short. You got to treat yourself. So that's the actual scene that I decided to build. And then all I had to do at this point, the rest of it is just assembly, ladies and gents. Just kind of put them together like this. Kind of get an idea. Where it needs to sit. Put it in the hole. Take the top away and press it down. Oh, is that not the cutest little guy? Look, he's so cute.
That's so cute.
Oh boy, that wasn't very energetic of you, James. Okay, so now we're going to get the double-sided tape out. He's over here spinning, ladies. I think he's bored or something. He's spinning in his chair. You ever see a 12-year-old with one of those swivel chairs in the house, and the mom says, "Cut it out! Stop doing that." He's over here spinning.
Sheila Fisher says hello.
What?
Sheila Fisher says hello.
Hi, Sheila. Oh, there's a new Vivian Kim. I don't think I've ever had her join us before. Nice to meet you. Where are you coming from? I wonder, Vivian. I'm Tammy from TLC Designs, and we're making a slimline interactive card. It doesn't have to be slimline. You can make this any size you want. Your vertical size first, and then whatever the finished size of your horizontally you choose. You could do a slimline 3.5. You could do a slimline 4.5. You could do the A2 5 1/4. You just want to make sure that you always add an extra inch on the left and an extra inch on the right and score them at 1/2 inch marks so that you can kind of build this little teepee. All right. We're almost finished with the double-sided tape. You don't believe how easy this card actually came together. I was just shocked. It's like it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is once you get into it. It's super fun. I have done, a little bit of prep work, so you're going to spend some time cutting your illustrations out and cutting them and things like that. But, that's all part of relaxation. What?
Looks like Kathy Myers has been calling me Tom, and all this time I thought she was talking about somebody else.
Kathy Myers has a great personality, doesn't she? Good sense of humor.
So why didn't you correct me when I called you Tom? I didn't know.
Oh my goodness. You can call him Tom. He'll answer. Just say, "Hey, tech guy." He'll come running. That's all I have to do. Tech guy. Yes, dear. Okay, so I'm getting off track again. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I had 2 of these cut. So where do we want the butterfly? We want him to be above where the cute little unicorn's looking up. And I didn't put him very in towards the center last time. So all I'm doing is attaching this see-through transparency stuff. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back of the butterfly. put him on the transparency like so, and attach the top to the bottom. All right, here we go. This is the magic where it happens. Let's see if these get any easier to put together than the putting that design paper on.
Not why you're doing this live.
No, right. He's right. When I make these projects the first time to kind of advertise with them and, sneak peek, that kind of thing, they're super easy and simple. And then when I get live, it just, for some reason, wants to make it look like it's super complicated, and it's really just not. And you see, we've been doing this since we were 3 or 4 years old in kindergarten, double taping some cute things together, and then all you have to do is cut off the excess transparency paper. My scissors.
Earlier, Amy had mentioned Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law.
I don't know who this Murphy guy is, but he just stopped writing laws.
Oh, see, James, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You're not going to believe what I just did.
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous, ladies. I'm going to take this apart real quick, and I'll explain what happened. Okay? I put the window upside down.
I saw that hat coming. I didn't know what you were
Why
doing.
didn't you tell me? James, that's not nice. Dude, that's not nice at all.
I didn't know. You're making the card. I figured I didn't know what I was talking about. I don't make cards.
He figured I better not mention it because she knows what she's doing.
That's right.
Did any of you ladies see that? I mean, while I was doing it and not tell me, I need to know this information. Oh, is it upside down? Vivian did. James, you're not paying attention. She totally caught it. Vivian, you're brilliant. Thank goodness I didn't actually push too hard on the double-sided tape because it came off pretty easy. But that's what I'm talking about. I go live, and I think it's because I'm talking. Maybe I talk too much. Don't tell anybody I admitted that, but maybe that's the issue. So let's do this again.
Yeah, blame it on Tom. Whoever he is.
Oh, it's still too high. I don't like how high it's sitting. So we're going to take this from the back. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe it moved after I taped it. We're going to do this and put it here and do it by hand like so. What? He's laughing at me, you guys.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
What are you laughing at then? There. I'm loving it. I don't like that this didn't go down, but you can see when I made the earlier one, I had a hill instead of 3 layers of grass, and it came out perfect. It was exactly the right placement. So I don't know. But that happens when you're making handmade stuff, and people that get these will either appreciate it or not appreciate it. So I'll have to fiddle with this later. So I wanted to share with you how I use, and I thought this was pretty cool, this label that comes out when you cut the small hole from the cardstock came in handy when I decided what I wanted to use for the sentiment. And this one is in the Alicorn stamp set. It's called a Hey Cutie. And I'm using VersaFine Claire black, Nocturne they called it. It's black. And down the center, I'm going to put my spy glasses on here. Kind of have to be more over it than I can be. And then all I do...
Oh, this card must be coming to me.
Huh?
This card must be being sent to me.
Who?
Me.
You?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, because you're the cutie? Listen. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That actually took me a minute, and I shouldn't have taken a minute to figure out what he was saying. He likes, he's pro-gym, which is kind of fun, as long as he keeps it under control. I'm going to move this here and this here. And you can see how I stamped it. The label actually comes to a point, so I kind of tried to center it all the way across. A little bit more. It's not quite what I want it to look like. It's got a little bit more on this edge.
Mary says hi.
Who?
Mary.
Mary. Hi, Mary.
Stagnano.
Hi, Mary. It was too small of a piece for me to hold on to while it was in here. Somebody should make a machine, a tool,
I think I said that right.
that allows you to hold the entire piece no matter what size it is. Well, I need to do that. I might have to come up with that. All right, so all I did then was pop him up. Do I have any more of those pop dots out here? No. Of course not. So I always use all of my scraps up. I don't like to waste. So I'm just going to take a section of these already been used ovals. Put it on the back. This here. How sweet is he? I think it's a super cute alicorn. All right, now we're going to get to some of the fun part. I'm going to put a little bit of tape runner. Grab these flowers. Big one on the bottom. And I used this earlier because it's a sharp little tool. You can like lift the limbs away.
Do you have that tool called a sticky note?
Uh-huh. A sticky note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, one of the pen
Just-
things.
Sheila Fisher was just mentioning that there's a tool called a sticky note to attach to your paper.
Yeah, but how are you? Oh, is she talking about like the tweezers that lock?
So there's a tool called a sticky note.
I'll
that
have to
attaches
look
your
that
paper
up.
To
No,
hold when cutting or using punches.
I've never heard of it. I'll have to look it up for sure. If somebody came up with something that will help with that, that'd be fantastic. So then I'm going to alternate where the petals go on the second guy. Do a little bit of lifting right in the center of those petals or where they lift up. I'll show you closer to the camera once I get them all lifted. There, let's see. I don't have my glasses on, so I wouldn't be able to see if you guys are seeing them or not. So let me get these on real quick. There. You see how well that lifted up? There you go. Isn't that cute? So then all I did was use some of this tulip beads in a bottle. Pearl. Well, it looks blue. It's blue. It doesn't look like pearl color. Maybe it's it's got a shimmer like a pearl. One there. I can't get the lid back on now, James. There. And then I put one over here on the other card, but I think I want it on the same.
See, this is the actual sticky notepads. It will stick and make your paper longer.
Oh, it extends. It extends your paper. That's smart. That's a really good idea, actually. I like tools that you don't have to spend money on because everybody's got sticky notes.
Christina says you're so brave to do live shows. I just had to record a show for work and it was nerve-wracking.
Oh, really? I think the more you do it, though, the easier it gets. I mean, yeah, it is nerve-wracking at the beginning, for sure. Plus, I was super nervous, too, because it's a brand new craft room. I don't know where my stuff was. We didn't have the camera set up the way we do now.
It was a little tough for me, too, when I first started teaching.
Yeah, lighting was complicated. we got all of this stuff moved into positions where it's working really well now. And I think that's normal. I think it's very average to start. Don't hesitate to start. But then once you start, continue to improve until you're really happy with how the outcome is. There are still some things that we're working on today. Actually, Closet Fly Design came by, and none of you have seen the outside of the desk, but the actual face of the desk itself that we put in here is supposed to have this really pretty panel kind of door looking thing, and they hadn't gotten it finished building when they put the desk itself in, so they just came back today and finished doing that, and it looks really good. I am definitely going to show everybody the video of how cool it was to watch them put all this up, and then a finished picture. But underneath, like the straight part of the desk itself, Jim was brilliant and went to the store and got cord hiding things, and now they're tucked up under, so none of the cords that go to the camera and all of the other things. We have a camera above, we have a camera in front. It's all hidden, so that made it look a lot better than it did originally too. So the more you practice, the better it gets, the easier it gets. So look at how cute I want to watch the butterfly move. Oh, isn't he sweet? This card is so much fun.
I'm going to enjoy receiving this card.
Oh, well, I have two of them, so let's definitely make sure that I announce that whoever's number we pick.
This card looks like it needs to come to Oklahoma.
It needs to be. What's in Oklahoma? Cheese?
No,
what's Oklahoma known for?
Farmland.
Yeah, so cows and cheese. So this is definitely an Oklahoma card, huh? We'll see. So James, we are at the section where we pick a number. So let's do 29. If you're 29 from the bottom up with messages, then you are going to win. I will send the design paper digi to you, this one particular design, because it's the only one that's completely finished. You have to do certain RGB versus CMYK work with all the design papers before they're ready. But I also want to send this card after I fix the placement of the unicorn. And let's give away, how about a $10 gift certificate to the store? Who's 29?
Okay, are you ready? I'm about to post up here. MJ Bezavi. MJ Bezavi. If you are still with us, James, we need my email address posted across the bottom of the page, please. If you are still with us, please let me know. Get a hold of me on the email that my tech guy has just posted, tlccunliffe@yahoo.com. And I will send you this card and the digital file for the design paper. And what else did I say? A $10 gift certificate to the store. I knew that.
Telling you I'm old. I don't remember anything anymore. Thank you. Somebody just said super cute. I'll have I'll have to try this one. You know what, Vicki? That's why I tried it. And I want to let you know that I did take into consideration your suggestion about coloring. And I want to color maybe the trolls next week. And I want to do it Copic. And then I also want to do watercolor and I want to do pencil. So maybe the troll won't be completed entirely. James, you could go back to my face while I talk, please. Maybe it won't be able to be completed entirely in the one video. How come this one didn't? Oh, it's delayed. I'm sorry. But I want to do like at least hair or at least the bodies, at least maybe skin tone, something like that, so that everyone that, is a little bit hesitant, a little bit intimidated by trying a different medium. My best is not pencil. I can tell you that for sure.
but I don't want to restrict myself from pencil either, because I have collections of fantastic pencil mediums, and I don't want to waste them, and I want to use them, and I want to try and always stay where I'm learning something. My probably strongest medium is the Copic ink. My favorite, though, is the watercolor, and I'm not great at it, but I'm not bad at it either. It just depends on whether or not I chose the right brush size the first time, or if I've mixed the right paint with the right amount of water. It's definitely more technique, because once you get that watercolor on there, it just kind of bleeds and becomes beautiful. And you really can't make any mistakes with watercolor either. But if you're not using the right color tones, or it gets muddy, or you haven't stayed within the lines that you wanted, things like that can kind of make it look like you didn't know what you were doing. But we are going to definitely do that. And I want to do it, I think, with the trolls. Maybe if you ladies have a recommendation for anything that you would prefer to see over the troll collection of stamps, just let me know. Send me an email or put it right here in the messages, and I will, color them up, and we will try and practice and evolve our skills. I think that that's what I always come to sit at my desk and attempt to do. Something new. It keeps it alive. It keeps it fun, and you stay motivated. You get crafty and you come over here and you're like, oh, I love my craft area. I want to do something really new, fun. So let's do that together. Maybe next Thursday. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do some coloring on Thursday instead of an actual project. We'll just have 3 of them on different papers stamped out, and I'll pull the mediums, and we'll do skin tone first, and then maybe hair color or something. We'll go step by step, but we'll do all 3 in each hour setting for the shows, for the lives, so that you can really kind of see how I do it. It doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, it's just the way that I do it. So this was super, super fun. I hope that everyone is staying safe. A lot's going on in this country. Michigan has really been hit hard. 10,000 people a day almost coming down with COVID. And it's, of course, the new strain. So I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but stay safe, wear your masks, social distance, get your shots. I haven't done that yet, but there's reasons for that. I have to get some blood work done and whatever, but the doctor said put it off, and Jim needs to drive me because I don't drive anymore. So we need to kind of coordinate our schedules and do it all at the same time. So this was fantastic. Did we hear from the winner? Do you know if she's still on?
She's still on, yes.
Oh, she said, are you sure you saw her still on? Because she's right there.
Thanks for sharing right there.
Fantastic. So get a hold of me on my email address, and we'll hook you up with some really cool product and get a $10 gift certificate from the store. Take a peek. There's a lot you could get. The dies are really well priced, and they coordinate together, and I hope you enjoy them. Let me know. It was great visiting with everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Ugh.